Mao Zedong, also known as Chairman Mao, was the founding father of the People's Republic of China, PRC, and one of the most significant figures in 20th century history. His life, from humble beginnings to leading a revolution that transformed China, is marked by controversy and profound impact. Here is an overview of his life from birth to death. Early life. Birth and family background. Mao Zedong was born on December 26, 1893, in Shaoshan, a village in Hunan Province, China. He was the son of a prosperous peasant farmer, Mao Yucheng, and his wife, Wen Kime. Mao's family was relatively well off compared to the average peasant family, and he received some formal education, which was uncommon for rural children at the time. Education and early influences. Mao's early education included traditional Chinese schooling focused on Confucian classics. He later attended a modern school where he was introduced to Western ideas and literature. The 1911 Revolution, which overthrew the Qing dynasty and established the Republic of China, profoundly influenced Mao, sparking his interest in politics and revolutionary ideas. Political awakening and early revolutionary activities. Move to Beijing. In 1918, Mao moved to Beijing, where he worked as a librarian's assistant at Peking University. During this time, he was exposed to Marxist theory and became involved in the burgeoning revolutionary movement. Mao was particularly influenced by the works of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, as well as by the Russian Revolution of 1917. Founding the Chinese Communist Party. In 1921, Mao was one of the founding members of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. He quickly rose through the ranks, advocating for a peasant-based revolution, which contrasted with the prevailing urban worker-focused strategy. Rise to power. The Long March. The CCP faced severe repression from the ruling Kuomintang, KMT, government, leading to the historic Long March, 1934 to 1935. Mao emerged as the leader of the CCP during this grueling retreat, which solidified his authority and ideological direction. Sino-Japanese War and Civil War. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, 1937 to 1945, the CCP and KMT formed a temporary alliance against the Japanese invasion. After Japan's defeat in World War II, the Chinese Civil War resumed, culminating in the CCP's victory and the establishment of the People's Republic of China on October 1, 1949. Mao proclaimed the new state from Tiananmen Square in Beijing. Leadership and policies. Land reforms and collectivization. Mao's early policies focused on land reforms and the redistribution of land from landlords to peasants. These policies were initially popular but later transitioned into forced collectivization and the establishment of communes, which faced resistance and led to significant hardships. The Great Leap Forward. In 1958, Mao launched the Great Leap Forward, an ambitious campaign aimed at rapidly transforming China from an agrarian society into an industrialized socialist state. The campaign led to widespread famine, resulting in the deaths of an estimated 15 to 45 million people, making it one of the deadliest human-made disasters in history. The Cultural Revolution. In 1966, Mao initiated the Cultural Revolution, a decade-long period of political and social upheaval. The campaign aimed to preserve Chinese communism by purging remnants of capitalist and traditional elements from Chinese society. It led to widespread persecution, the destruction of cultural heritage, and the deaths and suffering of millions. Later years and death. Declining health and political struggles. By the early 1970s, Mao's health was in decline, and internal power struggles within the CCP became more pronounced. Despite his deteriorating condition, Mao remained the paramount leader of China until his death. Death. Mao Zedong died on September 9, 1976, at the age of 82. His death marked the end of an era and paved the way for significant political and economic changes in China. Legacy. Mao's legacy is complex and controversial. He is credited with unifying China and laying the foundations for its transformation into a major world power. However, his policies, particularly the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, caused immense suffering and loss of life. Mao remains a polarizing figure, revered by some as a revolutionary hero and criticized by others for the devastating impact of his policies. Today, Mao's influence persists in Chinese politics and culture, with his portrait prominently displayed in Tiananmen Square and on Chinese currency. His ideas continue to be studied and debated, reflecting his enduring impact on China's history and development.